Hello, y'all. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I've not been online today. Well, I have. I have been online, but I've not been on YouTube. I was going to have a day off. I was going to have a complete day off. But then I got watching the footage on that escapee, Danelo. And I've not really been that interested in it. It's not the kind of case that I really get into unless the search really hots up. So I got a little bit addicted tonight. So I thought I'd hop on, see how everyone is. And have you been following this? We've had an escaped prisoner in the UK this week. Wandsworth prison in London. So not near me, nowhere near me. They're welcome to him. They caught him very, very quickly though. He hadn't left London. A cop, he was on a push bike and a cop just pulled him off. So he tried to escape on a push bike. But this guy, Danelo, seems to be a little bit more canny and a little bit more smart. I love the way that he that he looks on the Ring doorbell. Have you been following it? Oh dear. But yeah, the search is hotting up. And he's apparently been last seen running across a cornfield. So we'll get the map up in a minute. We'll show you where he is and where he's been up to. Flicking bollocks. Hello, plant lady. I'm not really covering this case. I'm not really. I'm just hopping on to say hello. Like I said, it's not the kind of case I normally get very interested in. Hi, Mel, Amy, hello, Laura, Lindsay. Thank you, no. I am allowed a day off, you know. And I have plenty of videos that I'm sure that, you know, people miss. You see, that the thing is, if you post every single day, sometimes twice a day, people miss videos. So having a day off just gives people a chance to catch up. But hello, Julie. Hello, everyone. All right. You don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about it. All right. Well, so you've not even seen his escape footage. The chopper's up now. Yeah. Yeah. The escape footage is brilliant. Like the way he went over the wall is superb. I'll show it you. Hold on. We might as well. People haven't seen the escape footage. He just shimmies up a wall. Watch this. Watch. This is him. Watch. He looks at the camera. Knows where the camera is. Look at him. And then he just went over the wall. It's cool. Like a rat up a drain pipe, yeah. I mean, look, that's probably one of the best prisoner escape videos I've ever seen. 10 out of 10 for effort, yeah. This was 11 days ago. So they're in 11 days of the search, and he's only gone 20 miles. So there's been numerous sightings of him all over the shore within about 20 miles. So this is the area. It's around Chester County, Pennsylvania. So that's where he is. So he was in a holding facility. He was due to be transferred. And the security was medium level. What was that? Did you know that he copied the exact same way another inmate escaped in May. Really? No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Not seen anything like that, not even in the movies. Yeah. Well, my son Kyle thinks he can do it. He just needs an appropriate wall, but he reckons he could do it. So if we see this guy, he's only 5'2", whereas Kyle's like nearly 6 foot. So we're gonna have to find like a wall that's like 6 foot away, like from each other, and then we'll see if we can do it, and I'll film it because it'll be a very funny blooper if we can.
5'2" man can do it. I definitely can.
He's upstairs. I thought he was in bed asleep because he's working tomorrow. He's come out of his room. He's come out of his room shouting downstairs, saying if that 5 foot man can do it, he definitely can do it. So yeah, challenge on. We're gonna have to find a wall for him to have a go. So anyway, yeah. So this guy, look, in all seriousness though, this guy has got nothing to lose. He's got nothing to lose because he was done for murder and he's got life without parole. So he's got nothing to lose. What more can they do to him? What more can they do to him? Give him another life sentence. Oh, well. So he's having fun. I just think he's having fun. And he's just kept one step ahead of the cops. So yesterday, he was caught on his mate's Ring doorbell. And apparently his mate wasn't in. I'm not sure I believe this story, honestly. Not completely sure I believe it. That his mate didn't see the footage. So he was right there, laughing and joking on the Ring doorbell. He stole a van from a farm because some idiot at the farm knows there's an escaped prisoner on the loose. Let's just be clear, knows there's an escaped prisoner on the loose, and then decides to leave a van unlocked with keys in it. So Danelo jumps in the van, probably can't even touch the pedals. I'll look over this guy's tiny, right? And the van didn't have much gas in it though, so he had to ditch the van. And this is where he's been seen today. So what time will it be in Pennsylvania? It's about 6 p.m. or something like that. So this is Win Hollow Road. And this is in rural, just outside of, where's it outside of? So we've got Pugtown, or Pewtown, wherever it is. So that's Win Hollow Road. That's the place where the police scanners have picked him up. Like people have picked it up on the police scanner that has been sighted running across a cornfield. So presumably this is the cornfield that he's been caught running across. There's choppers in the air. The dogs are back out. The suspect has been captured. Really? Wow. Hold on. Let's go to the... Where are you seeing that he's been captured? So possible spotting, blah, blah, blah. What, do you mean this guy's been captured? The suspect has been captured? No, he's not been captured. Where did you hear that? Oh, okay. All right, Daddy Rapper, get lost. Let's put you in a timeout for being silly. No, he's not been captured. So there's Firefly Farm. So Win Hollow Road's like right here. So they've got this new area. But if you look on the map, that area, it's all wooded there. So Firefly Farm. And then, I mean, you can't tell how dense that wooded area is, but there's lots of like clearings and stuff, fields within it. So this will be the new perimeter. If you pan back and look at all the place names, many are from the UK. Yeah, they are. It's very used to forested areas. I mean, it's a decent sized area, but it's I don't think it's not that dense. Closing in, a YouTuber said. Yeah, but they've been closing in. Listen, they've been closing in on him for the last 11 days. Yeah, that's where we are, Win Hollow Road. That's where we are, Amelia. That's where my pin is. Win Hollow Road, right there. So that was the last sighting. I came over a police scanner, so the site previously known as Twitter went absolutely berserk. But there's been, over the last 11 days, like, I don't know how many people have seen him. A bunch of, like, loads of people. Yeah, he's wearing a green hoodie, yeah. He's got a green hoodie on. He's managed to change his clothes. It's a very short notice live stream, so if there's no mods in it, it doesn't matter, because it's not like I'm reading stuff and having to really focus on reading stuff. I'm watching the chat. 11 days he must have had help, right? Apparently his sister has helped him. She's now been arrested. So he's been able to completely change his appearance. He's got a new hoodie, brand new hoodie, completely clean shaven. Yeah, she's been deported, yeah. But I think because he's well, because he's got nothing to lose, he's being really brazen. He got through the first perimeter. That's right, yeah. He did. Yeah, they had him pinned. I mean, allegedly, they had him pinned yesterday. A little bit further south, it was right down here, was the perimeter. And he was able to rob the van from one of these farms. And then he got this van, gone to his friend's house, was seen on the Ring doorbell at his friend's house, and then ditched the van. And the van was ditched right in this area, like very close to this area where he is now. Like this cornfield has been like as I've been following some of the footage today, like I've kept that cornfield as my almost like anchor. Like, you know, when you're going round a map and you're kind of scanning a map and you need like a focus point. I've been using that field as a focus point because it's easy to spot because it's got like that little green band on it. And it just so happens that the latest sighting has been on Wind Hollow Road. But I've kind of kept going back there simply because that's just a focal point for me. Do the dogs have the week off? They've had dogs out. They've had dogs, drones, everything out. But the problem is when they've got quite a wide perimeter like they had yesterday, I mean, a dog can only travel as fast as the human can travel. So a dog can cover a lot of ground very quickly, but a human can't. So if they're only as good as the handlers. I mean, look, they should just let Tilly out. Tilly would get him. Tilly would find him. But you see, they also have to play by the rules. And when I mean send Tilly out, is that she likes to run across fields chasing people. That's what she's good at. That's why she's on a lead so much when we're out. Because the merest sniff of a person, she's chasing them. And it gets a bit embarrassing. Space the dogs out, though. Yeah, but if you space the dogs out, then what if he's in the middle of wherever they've been spaced? I mean, how many dogs would that need to cover, let's say 2 square miles, let's say? He keeps moving. Exactly, Hope. People think it's easy and it isn't. Are there boundaries? Well, yeah, there is now. They've set up a new perimeter. They had a perimeter up to earlier today. The perimeter was down here. This was the area right here. But then they had to admit, they did a press conference earlier on, if anybody saw that, and they had to admit they escaped the perimeter, stole a van, and that's why we're now here. So the new perimeter is probably going to be this area. So they'll be able to, as long as they keep him off these roads, they'll be able to patrol these roads and keep him in that area. There's not a lot. You see, it's wooded. It's not massively densely wooded by the looks of things. And there's only a few houses dotted about. So as long as these people keep their everything locked, they can starve him out. Because he's good at climbing. He could climb a tree and tree hop. It's not a jungle, though. Those trees are not massively densely packed. I mean, there is areas where it is, but there's only so far he could tree hop. He's not a monkey. I mean, it might appear that he's monkey-like in the way that he can shimmy up a wall. But what I would do is I'd starve him out. So if they've got him in this area, if he really is in this area, then get these roads blocked off. And he's not going anywhere then. And just wait for him to starve him out. Those of you who were in the UK, do you remember the Roll Moat case? Roll Moat from, what was that? Was it about 2010? Somewhere around there. And they starved him out. Like they knew what area he was in. And they basically surrounded it, and he came out. He came out and led down, and then they shot him. Traffic cordon on the perimeter roads, yeah. That's what I was saying. Starving him out won't work. This guy is cunning like a fox. Is he armed? Does he have access to a weapon? Because he could hunt, I guess. There's going to be a few like creatures in those woods. But if he's not a hunter, he's going to get fed up of living on leaves. Don't know if he's got a weapon. Cassie took roll beer, he did. Yeah, he did. He's got a kitchen knife. Oh well, he's not going to do much hunting with a kitchen knife. Could have taken some corn from that field. Raw corn, great, yeah. Lovely. He's going to get bored of that very quickly. It depends how determined he is, doesn't it? This is a thing. May have took knives from a home he broke into. Yeah, but if he's going to plan on living off the land in his little woods, then he's going to have to catch the animal first. You'd certainly assume he's armed and ready to kill without hesitation. No joke for this guy. Oh no, I've no doubt that he's got nothing to lose. But my question was, is he armed? Isn't to how likely is he to shoot people? My suggestion at starving him out, that's going to be more successful if he has no access to easily hunting animals. Too much corn empties you out. Well, he can light a little fire, and he can roast corn on the cobs over his little fire. Mushrooms, what they grow in that area, apparently. Mushrooms have hardly any calories to them, though. Like you're gonna be very hungry very quickly if you're trying to live on mushrooms. Corn, you could live on corn for a while. Going to get a bit boring. Most of those trees are nut trees. What kind of nuts? Lots of edible mushrooms right now. Yeah, you're going to need a lot of mushrooms. You're going to need a lot of mushrooms. You'd be drinking milk from Amish cows. Acorns. Is it acorn season? It's not here yet. Acorns aren't, what's the word? Ripe yet. So they're going to be pretty nasty tasting. Acorns. So that's an oak tree wood, is it? Because all the woods near me, they're mainly oak trees. It's not acorn season yet. The acorns are falling there, are they? They'll start falling here in the next month. Like seasons have got later. It's weird. Like it stays warmer later in the year here than it used to. So I'd say in the next month, the leaves start falling and the acorns will fall. But there's no, it's Michigan. All right, so it's colder there than it is here. So you're probably about a month ahead of us. Black walnuts, but they're not quite ready either. Tough husk. Yeah, well, he'd have to get very hungry. He could dig up some worms. Acorns are currently falling where you're travelling in Pembrokeshire, Wales. Really? We've got none here yet. Nothing. He's going to need a blanket tonight. Oh yeah, I think he'll have to. There's not if he really is in this area. If that was a genuine sighting on Win Hollow Road, and is in this area, then he's not got that many places. So there's a farm there. Don't know whether that's part of the same farm. There's a couple of properties there. There's a couple of properties there. That's where they were searching. And then there's a few kind of spread out properties in this area. So look, can I go down? Oh, it won't let me go down. No, it won't let me go down. Oh well. Let's have a look what's going on. See if we've got any more news. Oh dear, the scanner's down. That could be a good sign. The scanner's down. To give you an idea of how thick and dense this wooded area is, where and into the cornfield. It doesn't look that dense to me, honestly. There's the van. He has been spotted. Yeah, he's been spotted. The last sighting was on Win Hollow Road, which is where my pin is on the map right there. They're looking in the woods. Yeah, it's all woods. That's what I've just been saying. It's all woods. So Win Hollow Road's here. The sighting was a cornfield, which presumably will be this field. And then the entire area is woods. So if they've got him pinned around this area and the perimeter it here, it's all woods. All woods. And a few scattered properties. So as long as these people keep their properties very secure, like if I was in one of these properties here, like I literally would not be sleeping. I literally would be waiting with Tilly at the ready. Me and Tilly would be patrolling. When they catch him, if they let him live, they'll chain him to a wall 24/7, zero freedom. Well, Yeah, he's going to be on major lockdown, isn't he? He's going to be in a maximum security. I mean, look at how much this guy has costed people. But he's already on life without parole, so what more can they do to him? They can give him, the only other thing they can do to him is give him zero freedom. Like literally, when he goes outside to exercise, they need to chain him to a couple of guards, like at all times. Most of the farms have shotguns and outside dogs. Yeah, exactly. Tilly for the win. Exactly. That's the thing. And they know now that he's going to attempt to rob a vehicle. So surely these guys at this farm, and then these houses here, there's only a handful of them. They're going to be very leery, and hopefully each one of these properties has their own, maybe their own surveillance, and maybe a dog or two. They're looking in the woods. You were spotted. I know, that's what I've just been saying. We know that. That's the pin where here. That was where he was last seen. But this whole area is woods. There's nothing else here apart from a few fields and woods. So they have to be looking in the woods because it can't be anywhere else if that sighting was genuine. He's not going to let them take him alive. Well, that would be fine by me, honestly. Look here on the other end of the stair. Yeah, exactly. Why should they? The good people of Pennsylvania are paying for this, aren't they? Why spend any more on him? Because for the rest of his life, they're going to have to keep him in maximum security and spend a lot of resources just keeping him inside the prison walls. So, oh dear, if an officer just happens to discharge his or her weapon in his vicinity, it wouldn't be sad for me. Oh yeah, hopefully. I mean, there's been no accounts of the last 11 days of him approaching anyone in a menacing manner. Like, everything he seems to have done is, when people aren't looking. He's not looking for trouble by the looks of things. I think maybe if he was cornered, though, then it would be a different matter. But he's 5'0", so it's not like he couldn't be easily overpowered, assuming that he doesn't have a firearm. They're authorised to shoot to kill. Good. Good. Neighbour says they've got him surrounded. Yeah, they had him surrounded. They had him surrounded yesterday, though. And then he broke through the perimeter somehow. They can use deadly force. Good. That's what I like to hear. So still, the perimeter's still in the same area. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing this. So 3 minutes ago, they believe they have him pinned down in northern Chester County. Scanner is shut down. Yeah, we know it's shut down. K9 teams deployed, officer search in the area on foot. Yeah. So Win Hollow Road here. And then that's Fairview Road. Presumably this one. So they could even have him pinned in this very small area here. They've got him pinned in that very small area, then the chances are they're going to get him. Like tonight. I was pretty amused at there was lots of talk earlier about there being like an underground tunnel system. And look, I don't know about the accuracy of an underground tunnel system in rural Pennsylvania, but I can't imagine that if there are tunnels, they're going to be like, you know, to just take rivers under roads and things like that. Like there's lots of tunnels around here, like lots of them, but it's to move waterways mainly. Like we're an old coal mining area, so like the underground systems are extensive around here, but most of them, or almost all of them, have been capped and made safe, so you can't get in any of them. But the tunnels that you can still access and go through are they carry water. Abandoned mines. I don't know if there's certainly no abandoned mines left around here. All the old mine shafts have all been capped. There's tunnels at Longwood Gardens. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if he's escaping through tunnel systems, this is what I was getting at. If he's escaping through tunnel systems, the tunnels have to be extensive, not just like a tunnel that takes a river under a road. Drain tunnels. Yeah, drain tunnels. Yeah. Underground railroad houses in PA. In this area, though, it doesn't look like there's... it's difficult to tell, honestly. But if they really do have him pinned in this very small area now, he's not going anywhere, I don't think. So there's a field there. I mean, that... So there's a field there, field there, field there. All this is open fields. Now, obviously, if it's full of corn, you've seen the corn near where I live, haven't you? I mean, just go and view any of my most recent videos and look at the size of the corn right now. So if he's in a cornfield and he's 5 foot nothing, it's going to take him a minute. They're just going to have to let the dogs go. Any waterways there? There's a creek. What's that? No, that's a road. There's a creek, but no, there's no major waterways in this immediate vicinity. I did see a creek before. There. Beaver Run. It's like a creek by the looks of things. But there's no like major like rivers or anything like that he could, you know, he could be fashioning a raft. He could be chopping trees down with his kitchen knife and fashioning a raft, and he's going to escape on the river in the night. That's not going to happen. Police helicopters with heat-seeking radar. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, helicopters with heat-seeking technology are pretty much standard practice now in searches. I think pretty much any police service that has a helicopter has heat-seeking stuff on it. Ours does here. Yeah, he's away from Longwood Gardens now. What's the direction he's heading to? North. So yesterday, the search area was down here, this area. Then he skipped the perimeter, stole a van, and didn't get very far. And now he appears to be, that's the last sighting. But the scanner's down now, so he could have moved from there. Like it was heard on a scanner. So, but they've taken the scanner down. Which is good. I think that's good. Because he could be listening to the scanner. How do we know he's not listening to the scanner? Apparently he escaped from Brazil. He stayed in the Amazon rainforest. But how long, no one knows. He's experienced in that sense. But he found his way there. I don't know if he escaped from Brazil. I know that he allegedly committed a murder in Brazil. But Brazil didn't report that to Interpol, so that was never flagged. When he went to the US, that was never flagged. So if that had been flagged, he would have just been deported, and that was that. Presumably, anyway. Law enforcement says he doesn't speak much English. Because wasn't the reason why he murdered his girlfriend because she was going to tell on him? Is that just a rumour? Is there any fact to that? Yeah, he was being hunted in Brazil before he got to the US. So if that's true, and I don't know whether it is or not, so he was illegal in the US, was he? I know his sister was illegal. She's been arrested and deported. He falsified documents. Ah, right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Is that how did he get over? How did he get from Brazil to Pennsylvania? Then how did he manage it? Because if he managed to get across borders of how many countries from Brazil, then that's a worry. Because if he's done it before, the chances are he's going to try and do it again. But if he had falsified documents, then they didn't know he was illegal, did they? Trying to use family to escape, yeah. Borders are so porous, no one checks for warrants. Really? Via Costa Rica. All right, okay, let's have a look. So he's gone from Brazil. So how's he got from Brazil? What's he done? Like caught a plane, or has he trekked all this way up through the Amazon? Is that what he did? Did he like walk all this way? Take a boat up the Amazon River through Costa Rica. And then what did he do once he got to Costa Rica? I'm not doubting what anybody's saying. I know he was wanted in Brazil. And I also know that if, they join the dots, the various authorities have joined the dots, then he would never have been in the US anyway. He's used to being on the run. So he probably thinks that those woods there in Pennsylvania are lovely compared to the Amazon rainforest. Mind you, though, in the Amazon rainforest, there's way more things to eat, isn't there? Like in a little woods in Pennsylvania, less opportunities for things to eat. Like less there's no fruit. Like in the Amazon, how many different fruits grow? You could live quite comfortably, especially if you can, shimmy up trees, which you obviously can because you can shimmy up walls. Lots more bugs, yeah, I get that. There'll be lots more bugs, more poisonous things. Lots of ticks in Pennsylvania. Well, he's probably going to have to pull off a few ticks then. It's flea season here at the moment. All these guys have had fleas this week. I've managed to get rid of them now, I think. They're not scratching anymore. So he went from Brazil to Puerto Rico by ship, then got a fake ID, then on to Pennsylvania. Interesting. So, why Pennsylvania? Did he already have family there or people he knew there? I mean, why Pennsylvania of all places? So where's he headed, do you think? Do you think he's going to Canada? He's not. He's got a way to go. He's got a way to go to the border. But isn't the Canadian border like more firm, less porous than maybe the borders down south? Sun's starting to go down. Yeah, that's going to be the next problem, isn't it? Oh, yeah, there are ticks in the UK, yeah. We don't live in a high-tick area, honestly. Like, I've never had a tick bite. None of my animals have ever had ticks. My son got a tick bite a while ago, but I've never had one. But if there's fleas, I get bitten to holy hell. Fleas love me. They love me. It's flea season right now. Like with the hot weather, they've all like hatched all at once. But yeah, it's my understanding that the Canadian border is firmer than so he might have a problem getting through to Canada. Like, surely the Canadian authorities will have been made aware that this guy is, he's a ways off yet. He's not gone very far in 11 days. He's only gone about 20 miles. But if he's heading north, so this is where he is right now, he's heading north, he only has to go through like this little bit of New York area, and he's there. at the border. So what's he going to try and do? Like swim across this lake? I mean, you know, he can shimmy up walls. So who knows? He might be able to swim across this huge lake here. That's a big waterway though, isn't it? Lake Ontario. So it's probably further than it looks. And it's probably pretty cold as well. But I bet that's where he's trying to get to. Canada. It makes sense that he's trying to get there. $5 says he hops a train. He could do, you know. Canada border will be tighter than a butt stuff. I can't even say it. Duck's butt. Massive flake and yeah, cold. Yeah. Well, maybe you'll give it a try. He missed his opportunity last night. Well, maybe, yeah. Unfortunately, he robbed a van that didn't have much gas. There's 120 border crossings between the two countries. Lake Ontario is cold. I know. It's not cold in Canada, not at all. Yeah, it might not be at the moment, but I bet that lake's cold though. If you tried to swim it, like if you were like a brilliant swimmer, you just thought you were a really good swimmer and you tried to swim one of the Great Lakes, I think you get into difficulty. He has family in Virginia too. That's south, isn't it? It'd be silly. It'd be silly to try and go south again, because he's got a long way to go. To get to the Mexican border, he's got a long way to go, hasn't he? I mean, look at how many states he's got to go through. Whereas Canada's just there, right there. But what would he do once he got there, though? He would drown in the Great Lakes. Good. Good. That's where they arrested him after he killed his ex-girlfriend. What, Virginia? Cannot swim across these lakes. They're massive. I know they are, but what if you were like a really, 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 really good swimmer and you fancied your chance? Has anybody ever done it? My genuine question. I'm just curious. Has anybody ever swum across one of these two lakes? Like people swim the English Channel. People swim that. I'm just curious if anybody's ever done it. Nobody's ever tried to swim the Great Lakes. Interesting. Hypothermia in 5 to 10 minutes. Well, that would put you off, wouldn't it? That would definitely put you off. Some in Lake Michigan, it has waves and looks like an ocean. Yeah, but the English Channel has waves. People swim that. Like for I don't know, because they think it's a fun day out and they go and swim the English Channel and hop into France. But it's at its narrowest, it's only like 20 something miles. It's not so far. At its narrowest. Oh, people have swum across the Great Lakes. One lady swam across all 5. Really? Oh, wow. Yeah, I was just curious because I thought, well, somebody surely has tried. Not that I want this guy to. Anyway, what's going on with this guy? Let's check Twitter. Oops. I don't know who this dude is. Wilbert Football. As sunset approaches, marking nearly 12 days of the manhunt, the situation remains tense and unpredictable. While law enforcement is working diligently, it's challenging to predict the outcome of tonight's search. Do you think he will be found before midnight? What do you reckon, guys? $20,000 reward. $20,000 in your pocket. Capturing him. Tilly would be able to capture him. Tilly would definitely capture him. Tilly would have him. Tilly get the $20,000. They're recycling the same old news now, honestly. That's bringing out the nutters. They'll probably end up shooting each other. Scanner's being jammed still, yeah. It does make sense to get that scanner down. Because if he's staying one step ahead, it could be because he's been listening in. Like if social media can listen in on where the cops are going, so can he. She is a beast. Tilly is a beast. Imagine seeing Tilly running up to you. Like, she's not aggressive, but she's just like noisy. She just jumps up at people, and people, funnily enough, don't like it when she just runs across an entire field to go and jump up at them. But she'd have no problem getting him down. She'd wrestle him to the floor. 2 steps ahead, he'll figure it out though. $20,000 for information leading to the capture of him. Hope the dogs get him. Yeah. I mean, what I'd be sending out is the not the search dogs, you know, the ones that put the nose to the floor and, you know, alert when they get a scent. That wouldn't be what I'd be wanting. I'd be sending out some attack dogs. Like German Shepherds, Belgian Shepherds. The ones that will take you down and they'll keep you down. I used to have a red Cocker Spaniel, Shannon. Oh. Extra riches, what's that? Oh, jumped. You're watching a video about canines finding old graves? Yeah, they do. They use cadaver dogs in archaeological digs, like the ones that specialize in like bones. Bring out the Irish wolfhounds. Yeah. What about like a foxhound pack? Like pretend he's a fox. Just send the hounds out. Get a lot of dogs running through the woods in the night. See what it does then. I think he could make weapons. One of my first questions when I got online on the live tonight was, does he have a firearm? Right, has he been able to acquire a firearm? If he has, it's a completely different story. If he's got a firearm, if he hasn't, apparently he's got a kitchen knife, but it's a very different story if he's got a firearm. Not only in terms of what he can find to eat, but also his level of dangerousness. But of course, if he has a firearm, he'll only have a limited amount of ammo, won't he? These are thick woods. They don't look... I mean, I think there's probably... It's difficult to tell on here, but... There's areas that are dense, like that. It's probably thick. But then there's areas where you can clearly tell it isn't dense. It's just, you know, you can see there's trails and clearings and stuff. But those would obviously be the properties that have cleared areas of it. That's pretty thick there. I mean, it makes it difficult. It makes it difficult for things like, you know, even if like a helicopter zones in on a hot area, so that's going to be a person in a wood, the chances are a hot area is going to be a person. But if there's like lots of deer and things like that in that woods, that's obviously a problem, like determining what's what in the night, because it's, you know, it's going dark now. The underbrush is thick. Yeah, the underbrush is very thick here as well at the moment. Like this year, because we've had so much rain, like it's been warm, but it's been so rainy that all the underbrush in the woods, it's just so thick, like thicker than it was last year, because last year it didn't rain for ages and it was really hot for a lot of the summer. But this year it's just been crazy. How thick the underbrush is, and I'm like spiked to death because I don't care. I just plow through it. I'm spiked to death. I've got scratches all up my legs. I've got scratches on my arms. I cut all my hand a couple of days ago. Looks like I've been attacked by a wild animal on my hand. If he lights a fire, oh yeah, he can't light a fire, can he? I mean, he could. He could, as long as he's not in an area where they're immediately searching. So if he's not in that immediate perimeter, he's a little bit off, he could light a fire. Lots of deer in Pierre, yeah. There's lots of deer here as well. I saw a deer in the cornfields recently. I've never seen a deer this side of the village. until this, maybe about a month ago. I wasn't filming that day, or else I'd have had a beautiful shot of a deer like ran across where the barley was. The barley's been harvested now, but it ran from the barley field across the path into the cornfield, a little roe deer. But we've got loads of roe deer, but you tend to see them the other side of the village. They come from the hills, but there's that many of them now. They're starting to spread out into areas that I've never in my life have I seen a deer in those fields. I was so surprised. He'll only need a fire if he wants to cook stuff. Like if he got some corn, if there's corn, you get a nice little fire with some corn on the cob. Because raw corn, who eats raw corn? But like I said, if he has a firearm, then he can take a deer down, can't he? Yeah, veggie gardens as well. I imagine some of these properties will have a veggie garden. But like eating raw veg, a bit boring. Do we have the current flight records? No, the last flight records I saw, they were circling in this area. This area. So they've been in this area for hours now. Let me see if I can find. Oh, scanner is partially back. Can't listen but can see calls. The search zone is currently experiencing heavy rainfall, but the weather forecasted to improve in approximately 1 hour. Yeah, I agree with you. Whoever Kit is, I agree. Rain spouting down in the area around the perimeter of Win Hollow Road and Fairview Road. This could be a real dampener in the Manhunt. Quite heavy bushes nearby. Rain could either be plus or minus. Needs to stop soon. Oh, check it out. It's just started really raining here. Like literally just heard it start like. Oh, what's this? Drone shot. Police activity still ongoing on Fairview Road. So this is someone's drone footage. It doesn't look like it's being that heavily policed. I mean, obviously, that's just one shot. Pennsylvania State Police using cutting-edge technology. Use what? Diatom. Oh, I can't even say that word. Earth for fleas in your yard and on the dogs. I do not know what that is. It can run, but it can't hide forever. I think he's just having fun. I think he knows he's going to get caught. But he's having fun. Wait until he meets a bear, yeah. I mean, that's something we don't have in the UK. All the bears were hunted into oblivion many years ago. Like we don't have bears, wolves, wild cats. We have Scottish wild cats way up in the Highlands of Scotland. We have them still. But to be honest, they just look like a domestic cat, probably like maybe twice or three times the size of a domestic cat. They're not that scary at all. But I'd have quite liked to have birds in the woods. You see, this is the reason why we have so many deer, because they have no enemies. They have no natural enemies at all. So they breed like you wouldn't believe. There's just so many of them. The birds run away from you. Isn't it mother birds that are the scary ones, like protecting cubs? Which makes sense. JLR's there on scene. Yeah, I watched a little bit of JLR earlier. He was like walking up and down the road, like chatting. I know he's been there all day. He gets about, doesn't he, JLR? Whatever you think about him, you've got to give him kudos for the amount of miles he puts in. I mean, he's just everywhere. Making a report now. Individual was in his yard for an hour wearing a black and white outfit. Missed the address. Well, if he's wearing a black and white outfit, he's changed his clothes then, because he was in a green hoodie. When he was on the Ring doorbell last night, he was wearing a green hoodie with a cap. Yeah, Larry's everywhere. He is. Everywhere. PA has cougars, bobcats, and black bears. Good. Well, I hope one of them gets him. Right, look at him. He's smirking. Like, it doesn't look like he's scared, does he? It doesn't look like he's like running for his life at all. Scanner's back, listening like I'm about to hear a powerbomb. So maybe they didn't take the scanner down purposefully. Maybe it was just too many people on it. Let's have a listen. Broadcastify. It's been a minute since I've been on Broadcastify. To remember how to do it now. Listen. Where do I want? Oops, I've gone to Kentucky by mistake. I don't want to go to Kentucky. Hold on, let's zoom in here. Pennsylvania. All right. Chester County. Where is it? Chester. Come Come on, dudes. What the hell? Can I just search for it? Oh, I could just search for it down here. Chester, here we go. Live feeds for Chester County. Are you ready? Let's have a look, see what feeds we've got. Chester and Montgomery County Fire. Don't want fire. Chester County Law Enforcement Dispatch. Should we listen to that one? Just leave that on in the background for a minute. See if anything comes on.
6-7-51 okay, doors. Unit 6-7-51 okay.
No, there's no grizzly bears. It's a bit too southern for grizzlies, isn't it? That's the address, 1500 Eldridge Drive. What, there's a new 1508 Eldridge Drive. Hold on. Eldridge Drive. Maybe I've spelt it wrong because there isn't such a place. Eldridge Drive.
Unit status.
Now I've got like 4 of them. I've got 4 Eldridge Drives now. Try that one.
1-7-36, that's okay. Unit 7-36, okay.
I don't think it's going to be that one. If it's that one, it must be an old address, that, because that's not close. That's like 60 miles away. Yeah, he got a shower and clean clothes. Yeah, he did. I think he'll choose death by cop. Everybody's sharing Broadcastify. It's going to crash again. Oh, watch this. I don't know when this was taken. This might have been from earlier. That's apparently Win Hollow Road. I've lost my scanner screen now. Oh, there it is. Michelle will give a huge whoop if he's caught. He will be caught, I think, eventually. That was where the van was recovered. Possibly. And the van was recovered. Let me think. No, the van was closer to where this latest sighting is, I think. Did I save my... No, I didn't save it. I had a screenshot. Someone had put all the locations on it. It was a really nice graphic, and I don't think I saved it because I was too lazy to do my own, actually. I'm not like massively, like I said right at the beginning of this live stream, I'm not massively interested in this kind of case, but I got a little bit curious tonight. Stop doing that. He's in contact with former workers to reportedly. Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't it a former co-worker that he went to who was caught on the Ring doorbell. Almost dark now. I mean, it's going to hamper. They're not going to be able to ground search, and they won't ground search, I don't think, overnight. They can keep the helicopter out, buzzing around. What are his interests? I don't know. You've been glued to it, Curious Kiwi. You've been up since 4 a.m. watching. Wow. I got interested in it tonight because there wasn't a great deal going on. Like, I've not been on YouTube all day. I was outside most of the afternoon cutting a tree back.
Yeah, 344, please.
344.
Because the garden's just grown massively because it's been raining. So I was cutting this tree back. And then I was watching this Netflix thing. And then I went on YouTube tonight and there wasn't really a great deal going on. So I started watching, like, I was just clicking about various things, watching this, thinking, oh my word, they've not got him yet. Because the last I saw was that he'd stolen a van. That was the last I'd saw. So that was from yesterday. You saw the chopper near 2 farmhouses. They were huge. Loads of cops forming a ring, the chopper was above. But I had to go back to refill. That's the problem. They can't go that far without fuel. Like, they need to top up the fuel, like, every few miles. Conference said tunnels possibly. Yeah, but they're not going to be, the point I was making before is they're not going to be really extensive tunnel networks. It's not like you completely escape through a tunnel system. Like, they're going to be drainage tunnels and tunnels that carry rivers underground. They're not going to be, he's not going to be able to get to Canada going through a tunnel network. That's what I'm saying. Pottermouse, you've not slept for 45 hours. Wow. You're gonna have a really good sleep when you finally do drop off. Yeah, coyotes and wolves, they're just big dogs, really. They're going to avoid humans. Unless they're starving, they're going to avoid humans, aren't they? They could close the farm road and park a tanker truck. It depends, doesn't it, on where's the nearest place a chopper will need to go to get a fuel. Where's the nearest airport? Stop doing that. Why is it doing that? Go away. Oh, dear me. I don't know this area of the world very well at all. I don't think I've ever followed a case in Pennsylvania before. Where's the nearest airport? That's pretty built up. There's an airport around there. Going to be like little airports randomly spread about, aren't there? FAA regs probably have to go to an airport to fuel a helicopter.
Yes, sir. All cars and stations. Prepare to copy broadcast 239170. Attempt to locate a vehicle. Authority of Valley Township Police Department.
No idea what you're talking about there. Usain Bolt couldn't catch this guy.
Chester County, all cars and stations. Copy broadcast 239170. Attempt to locate a vehicle. The silver 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer 4-door sedan. Pennsylvania tag LDG 3659. Lima Delta Golf 3659. Driver left the vehicle at an unknown location in Sadsbury Town. Keys are with the vehicle. The last seen September 3rd here at 13 hours. No charges pending at this time. Dispatcher 773, 1930 hours.
I don't think that's relevant, whatever he's talking about. What, Philadelphia's the nearest airport, is it? Okay. Oh, thank you, Barbie. Thank you for the $4.99 super sticker. Thank you. Let loose the bloodhounds, yeah. Just let loose a bunch of dogs. Because even if they don't even need to be really experienced search dogs. Just let a bunch of dogs out in the woods. Just let a pack of dogs out. Just go and play in the woods and they'll find him.
17-41. 17-41.
What does genealogy pull up?
Give me an updated address for this call.
No kidding. I don't know what you mean by that, Dolly. What do you mean, what does it pull up? I don't really know what you mean by that.
17-41, okay.
No, I don't think they're talking about this case. Because remember, this is for the entire county. Scanner for the entire county. Release the hounds, yeah. All kinds of small airport, yeah. Big raccoon hunting dogs. Just let them all out. Just let them all out. All of them. All of them. Thank you, Jane. Thank you for the £2.
Unit for cover acknowledgement, 226 Schoolhouse Road, 226 Schoolhouse Road for the suspicious condition with a 2-hour time delay.
Cracks.
Possible sighting of the escaped inmate.
They're gonna
Wearing a white and
struggle.
black outfit.
They're gonna struggle overnight.
Unit 0847, MDC for calling at the station.
Looks like they're going into day 12. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go because it is midnight right here. Thank you, Curious Kiwi, for the $2 New Zealand dollars. Thank you. They will howl all night. Oops, sorry, wrong one. They will howl all night. Yeah. Possible sighting. Another one. Another possible sighting, is there? Just as I was about to go. Just as I was about to go, we've got another possible sighting. He is smart. He is smart. You're homeward licking to death. Oh, thank you, Cecile. That's very kind of you. Thank you for the $9.99. Has the bike tail out of the bush yet? No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. I've not been there today, but no, it hasn't. What's that? 226 Schoolhouse Road. 2-hour delay in video. Okay. 226 Schoolhouse Road. Schoolhouse Road. What's down? Okay. So that's like 10 miles away though. If he's got 10 miles since the last sighting, that's a problem. If that's true, that the sighting there was him, because these are only sightings, aren't they? This is not for sure it's him. It's not like him on camera. It's sightings. So if that was him there, and that's him there, that's 10 miles. How's he got 10 miles in a couple of hours? How's that happening? Yeah, it's currently 25 to 1 in the AM. If he was smart, he wouldn't have killed anyone. Yeah. He's got smarts as in he's a slippery little eel, like a little weasel. He's not got smarts about life. It's to live with jail. It is too much ground to cover in a couple of hours unless he had a vehicle. So I don't know if both of those sightings are him, honestly. They got him trapped in a small area near a park last time. He got help and resources from somewhere. You're probably right there, Jane. I think someone's helping him. I do. I think someone's helping him. If they're not, and he's totally on his own, then he's definitely got smarts. Some kind of smarts, anyway. Stardust says, I don't think they have a clue where he is. Did he have a vehicle stolen in Salisbury? I heard something about a vehicle just come through on the scanner. Yeah. What's this? New sighting 226 Schoolhouse Road, 2 hour time delay in reporting. Oh, that's what we just heard. Why have they got that? East Cedarville Road logged. I mean, these might not be him. None of these might be him. He's probably set up a tree somewhere, like clicking through the like different live streams and laughing at everybody. Yeah, he is. He's very cunning. Very cunning. Slippery as an eel. Doesn't have a form. How do we know he doesn't? How do we know he doesn't have a form? I mean, no, he'll have not taken a phone out of jail, but he's managed to completely change his appearance, change his clothes. He's obviously been getting food for the last 11 days. So, and especially if there's someone helping him, they'll have got him a phone, a burner phone. Reminds you of Brian laundry case. Yeah, but Brian hadn't gone very far, had he? Military survival training, has he really? If that's the case, then yeah, it's going to be a minute before they get him. Vehicle found on the side of the road with keys in it. Yeah, that's what I heard. We don't know much. No, we don't. We're just assuming that all of these things that are coming across the scanner are to do with him, and that's not necessarily the case. Breaking into vacant houses. He might be in some kind of, I don't know, yeah, disused building, barn, house occupied. No one's reported any missing phones. We don't know that they have, though. They might have done. Or if someone's helping him, they've given him a phone. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a phone. I would not be surprised. JLI is allowing you to lose his live streams to spread alert. That's very kind of him, but I'm going to go in a minute. Because I want to go to bed. Got to be at the vet's for 10. Noodle's got his second post-op check. He should get signed off tomorrow. His wound's nearly healed. Please don't laugh at your Great Lakes. Live on the Detroit liver. I'm not laughing. I think they're cool, the Great Lakes. I remember doing them at school in geography. We seem to have spent the weeks talking about the Great Lakes. Yeah, whatever you think about JLR, I mean, some people really dislike him, some people love him. He's like, love him or hate him, you can't knock him for the amount of miles he puts in. He's literally everywhere. You love Noodle. He's fast asleep. He's on the floor. We've got the cat on the futon. Cassie's on the big couch. Tilly's on the little couch. Noodle's on the floor. I don't know why. He normally gets on the couch with the cat, but the cat's just like sprawled out. Anyway, right, I'm going to go. Definitely going to go now. Thank you all for keeping me company. And I'll be back with a video tomorrow. I don't know what case I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know what case I'm going to do tomorrow, but I'll give it some thought. All right, guys. Thanks for the donations. I don't think we've had any mods in, but if we have, as always, I always thank my mods anyway. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.